Foundation and Empire by Isaac Asimov. Last year I read and really liked Foundation, the first book in the series, and what I liked about it is it felt like it was a retelling of the fall of the Roman Empire, but set in space. So as a lover of history, I enjoyed that. So even though I am not a fan of science fiction, I put this book on my to-read list this year, and I really looked forward to it. For the first part of the story, I didn't really like it too much. Basically, it's about this general of the Empire, and since I thought of the first book as a fall of the Roman Empire, for this book, I thought that character of the general was like Julius Caesar. So it's about this real ambitious general who may have aims of taking over the empire for himself. So that sounds a lot like Julius Caesar. And so this general of the empire sets out to invade the Foundation. And this is kind of the first warning flag for me, is that real early in the book, it is established that there are actually two foundations. And why I think that was a bad idea is because that made it so the first foundation from the first book is expendable, because you know it's okay if they get defeated because there's another foundation, which Isaac Asimov clearly lets you know that there's another foundation out there. So I thought that was real bad from a storytelling idea, because it removed the stakes, because it's like, oh, I don't really care if this other foundation fails because there's another foundation. More than that, I thought the summaries of both books, both Foundation and Empire, and the next book, which is called Second Foundation, spoil the book. In the table of contents for this second book, Foundation and Empire, the table of contents, which is like at the start of the book, one of the chapters is the fall of the Foundation. So there's a chapter, fall of the Foundation, and you know there's another foundation out there, so you know this foundation is going to fall. The original foundation, the first foundation or whatever, is going to collapse. You know that by the table of contents, which is shown to you on the front of the book. And then the next book in the series, Second Foundation, says about how this character destroys the first foundation. It says that in the summary of the book, like the back of the book, it tells you the foundation falls. So it really hurt the stakes of the book, because you know the foundation is going to fall. But it's okay because you know there's another foundation. So I thought that was real bad from a storytelling perspective. Now, the main thing about the book, why I didn't like it, is I just didn't find the characters interesting, and just the story and all that. It just wasn't very good. And the writing also I didn't think was very good. This was also an issue with the first book, Foundation. I didn't think Isaac Asimov was a really good writer. He used a lot of adjectives, you know, like so-and-so said calmly. He's not a great writer, but what I liked about him for the first book was how it was like a retelling of the fall of the Roman Empire. But this book just didn't have that same quality to it. So the writing wasn't very good. The characters weren't very good. There was no one I cared about. I thought the plot was bad because he tells you in the table of contents and the back of the book exactly what's going to happen. So there's no threat to it, because you know the foundation is going to fall, but it's okay because there's another one. So I just didn't like this book, and I'm not interested in reading the third book in the series or anything else. So rating it, I can only really give it 2 stars. 4